Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for Everyday Vlogmas Day 16. Let's just slow down for a moment so we can apply the blush together. So this is the Cheek Gelée in Happy. So I have Lively and now this is Happy, and I think there's a third one. It's the color, it's more pink. See how well this shows up because it looks a little bit light, but let's see. Very light wash of color on me. I'm curious about the other one because I think it's a deeper shade, maybe? Yeah, this is definitely lighter than I thought it would be. But it's pretty, it's just light. Oh, by the way, I tried the Milk Makeup Bronzer. If you were on the live, I opened that on the live, but I just tried it today. It's a nice one. It's, you know, really faint on my skin, but I can see very slight bronzing. Let's see if I can build this up at all. And I haven't powdered yet because I know if I powder first, it doesn't go on as well, at least for me. So I powder after. And I'll probably just powder more of the center of my face. But yeah, there's a slight sheen to this blush as well. Very natural. Something I don't think I can actually overdo. Sometimes I overdo blush. Yeah, I think it would be really hard to go overboard on this particular shade on me. But yeah, you can build it up. It's definitely more evident now. Just a bit of the Clé de Peau powder in the center. And I did go in with a few skin tints. I just wanted to kind of revisit them so I can talk a little bit more in depth about them in the round depth. So I just powdered in the center. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Hummingbird. And really when it comes to powdering, I really just do need powdering in the center. But you can see that it fades really nicely onto the unpowdered parts of my face. Okay, I'm gonna go in with an eye because I wanna try those two eyeliners. I thought we'd go in with this color. So we could go in with this mocha color or this more gray color. Okay, let's go in with the cooler color just because I normally wouldn't. Something a little different. Pretty. Just have to be careful with this one because it's really soft and that put on a little bit more than I wanted. This is from the New Look palette, the one that I ranked kind of low compared to the other one. So I thought, let me just revisit this and see if I'm missing something here. I'm taking the violet and just going above the lash line. Yeah, I thought this color would be pretty with something violet or purple. Okay, and then let's go in with the Jasper. And then I'm going to tightline with the violet. Okay, I'm just gonna finish the other eye and add mascara. But I wanted to finish off with a lip. I'm tempted to go in with Endless Pink, but maybe we should try something different. So I have here number 43. I don't think I've tried this yet. It's really pink looking, so if we need to tone it down, we can go in with another lip on top of it, but let's see. Okay, that's actually not as bright as I thought it would be. And I actually like that since the blush is on the more sheer side, so it doesn't compete with the cheek. Actually, I really like that lip. Let me go ahead and show you these eyeliners swatched side by side. So let me get this here. This here is Chantecaille Jasper, and this one is Chanel Brun Agape. So you can see there's a slight difference there in terms of shimmer and then depth. Then we have a Violet Damask here versus Cassis. Chantecaille versus Chanel. So there's more warmth in this one, a little bit more of a cool tone. Let's go ahead and chat about some of my favorite products, skin tints, and tinted moisturizers. Starting with the Chantecaille Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. It has SPF 15. I do wear another sunscreen with this as well though. This is a shade tan. It's just slightly cool for me, but I will mix it with the elixir typically, and that brightens it up. Very lightweight feel on this, feels like skincare. Then we have the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Tint, and this is one of my most unique products for sure. And so I thought it fit really well into this category because it doesn't really provide much of any coverage, but it just kind of perfects the skin. Here's an initial swatch. It just shows you how the particles of pigment are suspended in the other substance. So you can see that they kind of break apart as you work the product into the skin. And there it is worked in a little bit more, but you can see it does have a pinkier tone to it. This one feels really nice on the skin, soothing, hydrating. It looks pretty under makeup as well. Then we've got these by La Mer. I have two because I had issues finding the correct color. So we'll go ahead and swatch them in a little bit. But I actually do like the finish of this. I kind of forgot because I got a little frustrated that I was not landing on the right color. So I think that's one reason I didn't use it as much. But after using this recently, it does have a nice perfecting effect on the skin. So we've got light and medium. And as you can see, that medium does pull even cooler than the other two, the Chanel and the Chantecaille. I know there's one in between, but at this point, not willing to purchase a third one, but I'll just mix them and they seem to work out fine that way. But I would like one that just had more warmth to it. Next up is the Chanel Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Moisturizing Tint. And this is the one that I said doesn't really work for me in the summer because there's a lot of hydration to this one. But I used it the other day and my skin is dry and it worked really, really well and has a bit of a sheen to the finish. I have mine in the shade Medium Plus. We have Chanel Medium Plus on the end there, and as you can see, the range that I wear is quite wide, but I do favor the ones that are a bit warmer. They're easier for me to use. If they're too cool, it can kind of dull my skin. And the Chanel is, again, a little bit on the cool side. I don't know what I expected, but I think I expected more from this one. And it is, I think I have one of the deeper shades, 4. So I was surprised at how light this was. But I used it in the get ready part, and you could see that it did a pretty good job in the center of my face. We have the shade 4 in the Armani. You can see, though, it does pull warmer. So I think that's why it does work well for the center of my face. It is a good one, but there's nothing that makes this really outstanding amongst the other ones that I have. Okay, this one I still think is a funny one to talk about because it's such a different product, and I feel like when I first tried it, I didn't love it. And every time I put it on, it's still kind of, it takes work to get it into my skin and to meld, but once I take the time to really work it into my skin, it does such a nice job of staying in place all day. It is the Sisley Tinted Sun Care SPF 50. It's an SPF stick, but I consider this a skin tint because it does have color to it. Had I gone on a beach vacation, this would have been what I would have been wearing during the day in the sun because, again, it provides a little bit of coverage, but that SPF is so important. And I actually have used it all up. I use this quite a bit this summer, though, at home, especially going outside. So as you can see, it's all the way down, like I can't wind this up anymore. It's all the way to the plastic bit right here. I'm not sure this is still available, but I would repurchase it for something like a beach vacation. One other thing I really liked about this is because it has a color to it, you can see where you've applied it. Sometimes with the sheer ones, it's hard to see if I've actually gotten every part of my face, but with this, because there is some color to it, I was able to see where I had coverage and where I needed to go in a little bit more. And then we have the Tom Ford Glow Tinted Moisturizer. And this one, I wish I had a better shade because it's a really nice one, but one thing I did notice about this is that it is really close to the skin. This doesn't have the same effect on the skin as something like the La Mer. La Mer has a blurring type of effect. This one doesn't. I think it really shows your skin. So that's a pro or a con depending on what you're looking for. This is tawny and it's probably the most warm shade I have, also the deepest shade and almost too deep for me. It does see, as you watch it here, it is deepening up a bit and it's a little bit more olive as well. So it's not the same shade as 7.0 Tawny in the foundation stick. In fact, that's what I found with the other Tom Ford products. Even though they have the same coding and names, the shades tend to look different. So I'm going to show you just for reference. We've got the Glow Tinted Moisturizer here and then the stick foundation here. They're both 7.0 Tawny, but they look so different. I just want to point that out in case you were counting on that to be consistent, because I haven't found it to be consistent. So I would love to try one though that is closer to my skin tone. And that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.